1-0 lead. Just talk about your general thoughts on how that game played out.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit a game of two halves. I think we certainly had control of the game in the first half. We had the wind, which, for us, I don't think really made a huge difference. I just think we were possessing the ball, made it a little bit more difficult for them to get the ball out of their end. And then in the second half, we couldn't get a hold of the ball. Lots of 50-50s, and they really, to be honest, dominated in that 50-50 world. We've got to do a better job of, especially on our own punts and goal kicks, of finding the matchup that's better for us. And so, they sort of kept us locked in on our end and put us under a lot of pressure. And, we dodged a couple bullets, and then we had a little bit of a defensive miscue, a misclear that bounced in a funny way. And, they get one good ball and she finishes it. So, I thought defensively we actually played really well. Amy Fair played great on Nichelle, and, I thought did a great job defensively. We're certainly getting better defensively, and we had a couple chances in overtime, a couple 3-on-2 breaks that give me one more of those, and I think we finished. So, I think pleased with the way that we played. Never pleased to tie a game that you could have won, but to get a point on the road at Ohio State certainly starts the Big Ten in a reasonable way.
Home matches this week against Iowa and Nebraska, two teams that had very good non-conference schedules. Just talk about your thoughts on the weekend schedule.
Yeah, I mean, it's you look at the Big Ten and, you're going to say the same thing every week. It's a tough weekend. It's two good teams coming here. Certainly, Iowa's non-conference schedule wasn't great in terms of, but it was certainly confidence building, and they held a really good Michigan team. Again, a one-goal game against a Michigan team that's had a good schedule. Nebraska, opens with a win and then goes and beats a Denver team that's ranked. I just think there's not going to be an easy game in the Big Ten, and you've got to really be ready to play. There's a goal scorer just about on every team, whether it's Chloe Lacoste or Jordan Jacey. I mean, it doesn't matter. There's going to be a goal scorer in every team that shows up here, and you're just going to have to defend.
And talk about the importance of defending your home field, particularly once you get into conference play.
It's huge, and people talk about home field advantage, whether it's the crowd or the surface or all of those things. The size of the field is different, so your home field, it's your place, and traditionally that's been where teams are difficult to beat, and we certainly have to be that way in the Big Ten.
Janelle got another goal for you on Friday, continued what's been a great season for her so far. She just continues to play really well.
Yeah, she continues to do what she does well, and that's find the back of the net, and she got a ball, they gave her a little bit of time and space, and and that's what great goal scorers do. They sense when they've got a little bit of time and space, and with that time and space, they also sense where's the opening in the goal, where's the net that's not guarded by that goalkeeper, and she continues to find that. She strikes a ball really well, and I think, like I said, only going to continue to get better and better as she gets that game fitness and her confidence continues to grow. So, we're excited about where she is. It's a great race. I think she and Maya Hayes are, top two in the Big Ten, and that's great company for her to be in, and the company that she, I think, has always wanted to see herself in, and injury has kept her from being there, and so it's exciting to see her name now right there in the stat books at this point in the season.
And how important is it for you to have someone besides Vanessa really step up like Janelle has? Certainly it makes other defenses take notice of her and maybe take a little pressure off of Vanessa.
Absolutely. I think the more you can spread the goal scoring, and we've spread it around a lot of people, but you have someone like Janelle and you have someone like Vanessa, but then you've got Paz who scored goals and Allie who scored goals. So, I think collectively as a team, people are saying, hey, here's their two leading goal scorers, but anybody on this team can score, so be careful. And, I think when you have a scouting report that looks like that, it certainly is helpful.
Also wanted to ask you a little bit about Taylor Peterson. She's kind of flown under the radar a little bit in her sophomore season, not really doing a lot of goal scoring, a lot of assists, but talk about what she's done for you in the midfield this year.
Absolutely. I think if there's, from last year to this year, from her freshman year to her sophomore year, maybe the most improved in terms of how she's reading the game, what she's doing for us defensively, and her work rate. And she doesn't make the stat books because her work rate is on the defensive side of things, but it's equivalent to Vanessa's in terms of how much ground she covers, how many balls she wins. Some of the stats we keep, it's amazing how many times those two touch the ball. Vanessa's touching it on the attacking side of things, and Taylor on the defensive side. But those two really, the amount of ground they can cover makes it really, that really is what makes our midfield go.